I'm not going to do that again. Welcome, Livestream family, YouTube and Facebook. Welcome to Livestream 39. 39. We're almost at Livestream 40, and I almost forgot to mute my mic. Now, I've done a little bit of testing here, and last week, yeah, I did a boo-boo of a thing. There's a knob, a button on my interface that I pressed that lowers the dB volume. I had that pressed the whole show until like the last 5 minutes or 4 minutes of the show. So I blew it, but I think we're good. I think we are good. Let's just take a quick look here at the stream. Let's see who's on here real quick. So Pat Hardy, first time on this channel catching it live, new member to this group this week. Well, Pat, I want to welcome you to this group and just tell you, man, we love you, bro. Nothing but love. So, whew, okay. Dave Barker, welcome. It just says 3 other people. It doesn't tell me names, so there's the 3 others is great. Scott Davis is on here. Laura Bischoff, Habu. We got Leslie join. Hey, sister, it's your mister. We got Renee on here. Hey, Renee, how you doing? Leslie welcomed Renee, or Pat said hi, Pat Hardy. Everybody's saying their welcomes. That's awesome. Renee says hi to Leslie and Scott. Mama Judy joined. Mamacita. Good to see you on here, Mama. And Renee says, Bradley, exclamation point. Scott said it sounds great. Thank you. I'm glad that translated to what I was trying to do in here. Yeah, I'm really digging these jam tracks I got. I told you I bought almost 1,000 of these things. And of those, there's like 250 are actually really, really good. This darn... Why did I gotta take care of that? Anyhow, yeah, so I got tons of material, you guys. I'll probably be doing, for the most part, a live performance at the beginning of every live stream. So that'll be fun. Let's see. So thanks for that, Scott. Mom says hi from the mama. Renee, welcome Brian Moore. So Brian Moore, you must be one of the other 3 that I mentioned that are grouped together. So welcome, Brian. And Renee says she's proud of herself here. Brian gave a high five. Renee says she managed to listen to not 1 but 2 podcasts with Rob Lowe as a guest and managed to get them done in time for the live stream. That's how you do it, Renee. Well done. Well done. Time management is everything. And then let's see here. Oh, Scott asked Renee how that new gig's going. Last week was Renee's first week at her new job. So she filled us in all about that, and yeah, no, it sounds like her first week went really well. So that's awesome. That's awesome, Renee. You're going to be great at that, and they're lucky to have you. And then Renee says, after the live stream ends, everybody tune into Parks and Rec on NBC. You know, that's one show I haven't watched much, but it's got that really funny dude with the mustache. Oh, his name's escaping me. Great woodworker, funny guy. He played in We're the Millers. We Are the Millers, or Meet the Millers, We're the Millers, I think. He was the DEA officer in there. Anyways, he's great in that. I love that guy. Let's see, but it's really good. Scott hasn't worked much. Okay, Renee says that she hasn't worked much or really gotten used to her job yet because even though Georgia is slowly opening the county, is still limiting their staffing, but it's going great so far. Good to hear, Renee. That's awesome. And you welcome Leslie. Renee's got a chocolate cake in the oven. I hope you brought enough for everybody, Renee. Darn it, chocolate cake. That sounds good. And then we got, looks like we have, oh man, who's on here? Rich and Margie Grammer. Rich Grammer, buddy. Good to see you on here, bro. Welcome to the live stream. So glad you tuned in. And then Renee says, wish you were all there to share it with you then. Okay, yeah. The Scott said that Ashlyn said hello. Hello, Ashlyn, hello. I've still got your little clay pot. I haven't forgot about you, okay? Actually, Ashlyn, I bought some Bradley Livestream shirts when I was trying to get, you know, some of my stuff going for the channel. And I bought a small, pretty much all my shirts are small because I like them fairly slim fitting. And this one was a small, so it might be a little big for Ashlyn, but I think she'll grow into it really well. So I'll probably throw a Bradley Livestream shirt in with Ashlyn's little cup and Livestream stickers. So yeah, Ashlyn, I'll probably get you out a live stream shirt too as well, okay? So I'll try to get out in the mail next week. We'll see how that goes. So that'd be fun. And Scott, you can post a swag picture for us. Let's see here. And then let's see. Mom says, so beautiful, Bradley James. Oh, she's talking about the performance. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. I am working on putting some of the audio down from these live streams onto a CD. So I can't sell them or anything, but you know, like we talked about, I think that before. At some point soon, I'll probably put together a short little compilation of some of these intros and things, because I record all the shows. So I will get you guys something out there hopefully soon. Renee says that Brian is listening, but he's working. Okay. Let's see. Nick Offerman. Yes, Nick Offerman's his name. Julie Russell joined. Hey, Julie. And everybody's welcoming her in there. So that's awesome. That is super, super awesome. Lots of good love here. Mom says that she thinks of you often, Pat, so that's great. And Scott says she's doing a happy dance for the shirt. That's awesome, Ashlyn. Okay, good. Great. Tracy Shaw joined. Tracy, you're awesome, bro. Hey, Tracy, okay, so I wasn't going to start with this, but I'm going to. We'll get right into it. So lots of love here on the group. So awesome to see you guys. It's so great just to spend 30, 45 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, whatever it is, week after week. And it encourages me. It gives me some real good stuff to just to press my creative mind into. So I enjoy it. And, it, you know, you guys are really reacting well to it. So that's so, so cool. It really means a lot to me. But Tracy, I wanted to mention to you that Tracy Shaw, so on Facebook I did a post that I'm in search of a bee removal service, because we, about 3 weeks ago, 3.5 weeks ago now, we had a huge hive of bees take up residence in our second floor exhaust vent flex pipe. So it's probably 4 or 6 inch in diameter, and they're all crammed in there still. So I'm sure they're protecting the queen, but I got to get them out of there. And I'm just going to show you this real quick. So Tracy Shaw gave a few recommendations of some older posts on Facebook of people I could try. So if you guys know of anybody in the Redlands area, Inland Empire area, that does bee removal, either for cheap or free, let me know, because I need it. And let me just show you. I got video when they were starting to swarm in there. I don't know how well it's going to come across. We're going to see here. Look at all that. I mean, that ain't no joke. There's thousands of bees there. That was at the beginning. It keeps going, but yeah, it's crazy, man. So anyhow, all those guys are crammed into this little 6 inch or so diameter pipe, probably all the way to the very base as far as they can go. So I got to get rid of those guys, and I'm almost ready just to stick a hose in there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Let's see. Yeah, Tracy says, yikes. A fire would get rid of them. Yes, Brian, a fire would get rid of them. It'd do a lot more than get rid of them. I might get rid of us, and I can't have that. So we need a bee removal service to help us out. I'm probably going to look up those posts again, Tracy, and I'll probably give 1 or 2 of those guys a call and have them taken out, hopefully beginning of next week sometime. So that's that. So you guys, just kind of a reminder, I forgot to put up the live stream starting soon at the beginning of this. But you know, at the beginning of every live stream, as most of you know by now, there's about a 2 or 3 minute waiting period. It gives people a chance to get in here, and it gives the stream a little bit of time to kind of stabilize and stream really well. So I'll put that up next week. But anytime you see that winky face with the headphones and stuff at the beginning, you know it's going to be a performance of some kind. And as always, do not use crappy smartphone speakers, because that will get you banned. It will get you kicked. And then let's see, that's it. So you guys, Scott says he'll send me his buddy's info on the bees. He'll take them. He's in Redlands. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Tracy said I'm gonna have some delicious honey soon. Tracy. Yeah, Scott, if you could, that'd be great. And then Brian says, see if you can find a beekeeper that may want them. Yeah, at the end of our street, we've got a farm, and they've got a bunch of trees, and they have honeybee containers out there. So I think they probably came from there. I'll give Scott's guy a shot first try, and then if that doesn't work, I'll probably reach out to someone that Tracy recommended or at least came across. Well, I talked to a guy yesterday when we were taking a walk, and he said maybe call the county. The county might actually have something they could do for free or whatever. So the county might be another option. Scott, I'll try your guy first maybe, and if they don't do it, I'll check with the county. Maybe I'll do that anyways, but we'll see. So, Renee says she's got a sign at work that says, be right back, with a bumblebee buzzing around. That's cool. All right, so let's see, you guys. Computer tip of the week. I got to get a graphic for that or something. I don't have anything ready. But so last week we talked about restarting, or 2 weeks ago. I forgot when last week. 2 weeks ago we talked about restarting your device regularly. If you can do it daily, great. If you can only do it every couple days or 3 days, if that's all you think about it, that's okay too. But you got to restart your devices. That's laptops, that's desktops, it's phones, Apple, Android, it's tablets, it's all your electronics, except for your refrigerator. Don't turn that off. Hey, buddy, Brian joined. Hey, good to see you on here, bro. And then Tracy says vector control. Yep. Yeah, there you go. And so last week we talked about restarting your devices, or 2 weeks ago, and the importance of that. And it really is important. Anytime you notice anything glitchy or something was working before and now it's not, telling you 9 times out of 10 it's not broken. It's just do a restart. It usually works itself out. So that was tip number 1. This week's tip is to beware of social engineering scams on social media. We've all seen them. And I've seen a few of you folks on here, I think at least 1 or 2 maybe, that have not taken the bait. That's not the right thing to say. But you've done these, and you got to be careful of that. And so this is something that my work put out, and it applies to not just employees, but really everybody, right? So you'll see those things on Facebook and things where it has a whole long list of things. Tell me about yourself and fun facts, and it's, street you grew up on, your maiden name, and you know what I'm talking about. And folks give all that information out. Favorite dessert, whatever it is. And so what they worded it here very well. Let's see here. Let's see. So they said that not all Facebook quizzes are malicious, but you should definitely think twice before submitting any personal information, especially in any of those long lists of things where it just talks about little fun facts of yourselves. Every detail you make public is another piece of your life that a threat actor can use to impersonate you, and that is 100% correct. 100% correct. If they're on the phone with the bank or they're trying to do something and someone were to ask them a question, I don't know. You know where I'm going with that, you guys, right? So just please be careful with those. Don't do those. No one needs to know that much about me. And it's just it can definitely put much more information out there than I think it's safe to have out there. So just my second tip of the week there on this channel. So we'll keep them coming. I try to do these every week, something like that. So next week I'll probably do something along the lines of actual computing. But this was important because the work put this out over the week and it reminded me that, I've seen these before. So that's it. Let's check the feed. Scott says, my mom says, how about a beekeeper? Well, yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll look into something. Charlotte Daniels, you're on here. Welcome to the show. You missed the performance at the beginning, but you can go back and check it out later. So yeah, Scott says, so you're looking for someone on the bees nest. Yes, we need bees out of here. My fear is that they're already started putting honey in there and stuff. I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're just crammed in there protecting the queen. And I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about honey. I hope not. Nice cut, Brad. Well, thank you, Brad. So I just want to confirm, no one said anything yet, so the audio we're good, right? Because last week's audio was almost unusable. I'm sure it is. Security questions, yeah, for sure, Brian. Yeah, Julie says don't do it. Absolutely. And Renee says really good info, Bradley. Thank you, Renee. Brian says don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Yeah, man, I got to get a siren sound effect. That'd be awesome. And you're right, some of that stuff is just so unnecessary. It really is. It's fun. But yeah, it really puts a lot of stuff out there. A lot of stuff that are used by most institutions in security questions for you personally. So if they somehow were to get out there and the person on the phone was a ditz and kind of blew it and says, oh, okay, well, your favorite, your security question is what's your favorite color? If he knew it, boom, he's got it. That's one more authentication he's got, one step closer to your money. You don't want that. Trust me. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, Renee says the audio is perfect. Awesome. Glad to see that. And Julie sending love to Charlotte. That's always great. Brian can send you a siren sound. Yeah, Brian can, I'm sure. Now, I'll find that online. But yeah, Mom mentioned at the end of the street. So I think, Mom, that these bees came from the bees that they have in the hives at the farm at the end of the street. But anyways, Actually, as we're talking here, you guys gave some good suggestions. Scott's going to send something over, and it got my brain thinking a little more. So I got some ideas. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. But Scott, do send that over. So let's see. From his Popo car. Brian says, I'll send you my sirens and lights. I try not to use them. Oh, man, if I was in the car, I'd be always using them. Well, no, I guess that'd be not against the law, but you probably don't want to overuse that stuff when you're in law enforcement. But anyhow, let's see. So next topic real quick is I started a small business COVID support group on Facebook. Brad, you're starting too many groups on Facebook. Your whole life's on Facebook. Well, not true. Close to it though. So my wife and I are small business owners. And we're really having a difficult time with the lack of state funding, of federal funding, in any relief for the spa, and the lack of ability for her to work, even if she wanted to. The city's got to shut down, right? Everywhere. So tomorrow's the beginning of the month, and so we got to figure this out. But so I was realizing when I was searching Facebook for groups on other people, other conversations that are happening, that I didn't find really any group that was tailored for any small businesses. So I started. It really hasn't taken much yet, and I haven't really promoted it too much, but I invited a bunch of people, probably 30, 40, 50 people on my friends list, who either were small business owners or I thought could contribute some information, or maybe share this group with others that might have some insights or maybe want insights. So yeah, so it's right here. So it's SBCS, Small Business COVID Support, people helping businesses succeed and keep our doors open. So I've talked a little bit about what we do on there and what we're trying to do. Gave some information on the Employment Development Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, or the PUA program, which is basically unemployment that they're providing, and really broadening the scope of the unemployment compensation that you can get to business owners and people who are no longer able to work, maybe as a sole proprietor or something like that. So I've got information on their website. I went on and I filled it out for Laura, but you can see here on this post it says the website crashed. I mean, I was on their website. I tried probably 7 or 8 times to complete the application, and as I would go to the next step, it always just crashed on me. And it kept crashing through that day. It was the first day that they started. I was ready to hit the start button at the beginning of the day on the 28th, I think is when it was. Yeah, 28th. So I was finally able to get it in that same day. It took me all day to do it. So their website was really having a hard time, probably with all the traffic. But I've got information on here about that PUA program. Rob Graham's actually already a member here, so is Ivan, and they've already kind of had some small business discussions on it. So there's some conversations having there going on there. Renee did a post here that she found a lady that makes the washable masks. Renee, you shared this link on not this group, or maybe you did share it on this group. So I think there's a link on the group here if you want those masks. I looked at them and they look pretty cool, $10, but they look like they're really well made, so it might be something to look at. But here you can see sign up for PUA assistance, and it gives you a link to their website. There's information on the Eligible Paycheck Protection Program, or the PPP lenders, because not all lenders are, I guess, able to provide that service. So there is a link to the small business information there. And I saw here, and I'm not going to spend a lot more time on this, but I did see here, thankfully, that as of March 30th, which is today, all taxpayers who file a return of less than $1 million, which is most of us except for Scott and Brian Moore, have an additional 3 months to file their return. So what that means is, because we're small business owners and we pay estimated sales tax quarterly, so they would have been due, middle of this month. So that was good. So anyway, did I say March 30th was today? That's completely wrong, but you know what I mean, last month. So that was good. So we've got a little more time to go ahead and file for our quarterly estimated taxes, but I'll probably just do it. I got the money put aside for it, so I'll do it. But anyways, I'm hoping to get this built out a bit. Here's some information on the United States Chamber of Commerce with new resources to assist you in your business. So there's some stuff here. So if you know anybody that's in small business who's impacted by this, the only way this really works is to get more people on these and start sharing the information. I'm doing what I can and sharing stuff as I find it. And again, I'm putting the tags in over here as I do on my Jambassadors page and this group. So this only really works if it's a community thing, just like we're doing here today. So if you guys know anybody that might be interested, I'll put a link to this group in the show notes at the end of the show, as I always do. And feel free to share this with anybody that might find it helpful, or maybe could provide some good information, because there's no one you can really call. That you're not going to get anybody at these places. So it's important that we support each other, because it's something we've never had to, none of us have had to go through, right? And as small business owners, it's tricky. So let's go ahead and get back. All right, so that's that. We'll spend enough time on that. Appreciate that. Let's see. So it looks like we got some posts on that. Bees are essential. Renee says, awesome networking live streaming here tonight. Absolutely. Laura says she's great. We are grateful for the bees. No bees will be hurt. Yeah, we are being real careful on who we pick, so they don't just come in there and make a massacre out of that. Yeah, they are doing really good for our avocado and our peach tree. So we might actually get some avocados this year. We'll see. Let's see. Evidence in images coming next week. Yes, thank you, Laura. Renee saw my small business post. Cool. Let's see. So yeah, so there you go. So that's cool. Lots of good stuff. Kim shared Chase Bank. Chase Bank. What does this say? Let's just go there. So Kim shared a link to the CARES Act. Okay, through Chase Bank. That's cool. Kim, are you on here? If you're not in that group, if you don't mind, maybe I'll send an invite if you could join. If you want to put that post on there, I'll give you the credit on that. That'd be awesome. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and do that. And let's see here. So then Laura says she knows way too much about, Leslie says she knows way too much about all this stuff, and the SBA is a great resource. Yeah, and I've got them up on that site. Thank you, Leslie. Let's see. Joe Flanagan says, I'll have to go to your link. Is it SBCS on Facebook? It's not. That was already taken, unfortunately. But what I'll do is I'll put a link in the show notes right here. So I just posted the link to it, Joe. But in the show notes, I don't know if you guys know this. If you go back and look at any previous live stream, it shows like live stream number 38, and then it says topics, and you have to click on see more. You'll see a little see more text. If you click on that, you'll see the whole thing expand, and I outlined what each topic was. It helps me to kind of see what I've been doing, so I don't talk about the same thing over and over. And then it gives you guys an idea too. If you're trying to share something with someone or trying to remember, hey, when was it he talked about this? You can go back and you can look at the topics on every live stream. But I'll put the link to that group, as I just did here in the notes, in the show notes after the show tonight. Okay, so you'll be able to get there, and any insight you guys might have would be just great. Yeah, I wish I could just do SBCS, but it's taken, and it's not for a small business thing, unfortunately. All right, so that is that. That's good stuff, you guys. That's awesome. I hope you're doing good. I really do hope you're doing well. We're doing okay. We got everything we need. Still working from home. I think this is week 6, perhaps. I have to go back and look at it. It's been a while, and we'll just kind of see how things go. Keep on keeping on, you know what I mean? So we talked about the Facebook group, we talked about bees. Let's get to the throwback pick of the week. All right, so this is pretty cool. As I was going through the throwback pictures of the week, I came across a cool tour that I did with an artist named Robert Easley. And this was back in 2005. We went, boy, let me tell you where we went. So we started off in California. Let's see if I can get out of the way here. Brad, come on. Let's get the logo out of the way. Get that logo out of the way. Move it or lose it. So we started over here in Redlands. We went all the way up through Vegas, Utah, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, Chicago. We got to Chicago after day 2. We had 2 days to be in Chicago because on the 3rd day we had our first show in Appleton, Wisconsin. So that was a trek and a lot of miles to cover in 2 days. My gosh, there was 4 of us on the tour. There was Robert Easley, who played guitar and sung, me on guitar and background vocals, and then we had a bass player, Tyler Chester, who's phenomenal, and a drummer named Dan Bailey, I believe. And so the 4 of us crammed all of our gear. Robert rented, let me see if I can do this. Robert rented a minivan. So here you go. Robert rented a minivan. I guess it wasn't a minivan. It was a van. It was a full-size conversion van with the extra storage storage in the back. We took the back seats out. We shoved all his drums. You can see he's got his amp in here. We got a bass cabinet. You got clothes. You got basses and stuff, cymbals. There's another view here in a second. Bass amp here, guitar, cymbals. I got more pictures, but oh, and here's the other shot. This was from the inside, the view from the inside. So we had a back seat, took out all the seats up to this back seat, packed it up, and there's my guitar, and then went on the road. So 4 of us got into this van, took off. We did have Atari of some kind, I can't remember what it was, PlayStation or something like that. And we took off and we went across the country. This is a funny picture here. Went across the country, and it was, you know, I'll tell you something, it was really a lot of fun. It was an interesting experience, to say the least. But yeah, pretty cool. Let me show you. I got a couple show pictures here. This is us. I think this is at the Appleton, Wisconsin show. So I believe this was our first show. And Robert and I go back quite a bit. Some of you may know the name or know him personally. Robert's local here in the Inland Empire, and him and I at the time were both worship leaders at the Packin House Church, which is an offshoot of the Calvary Chapel Church. And so we were both leading worship at the time, and we've done many dates together, many gigs together, if that is, and led worship together and separately in the same church. So great guy. Actually, all of them are really good. Tyler is the bass player. He's done some great stuff. I was hoping to go online and see if I could get a discography, but Tyler Chester is his name. If you look him up, you'll see very excellent musician. Great songwriter too, great producer and engineer. Dan Bailey, honestly don't have much on him. The first time I met him was shortly before the gig when we were working on material for the album, which is bringing us around to where the song of the week is, okay? So here's us rolling into, this is Nashville. We went through Nashville, did some dates in Knoxville, Tennessee, stay right next to, well actually we stayed at the Grand Ole Opry Hotel, which is not really a hotel, it's a resort, right? I think maybe it's what it's even called. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And just a couple more pictures here. This is the picture of the gig itself. I just picked up that Brian. Dig this, Brian. That guitar is made by a guy, Brian Moore. I'm just saying. That's how awesome it is. That's a Brian Moore guitar. I just had this guitar maybe, I don't know, a couple months, maybe a little longer, but anyways, it started to fart out of me in the show, just a little bit, started to crackle, and it had me scared to death, but that was a lot of fun. Let's see, here's another view of the show here. So it was a really cool little place. This was in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it was in this little courtyard with a bunch of businesses and restaurants and things around it, and people just packed into that place, as you can see. And we opened up for a Christian artist. Their name is Sanctus Real, and if you've not heard of Sanctus Real, they're pretty well known in the Christian world. So that was a lot of fun to see them play live as well and to be a part of that performance. So it was a real blessing, and it was just a lot of fun. And thank God we made it back safely. We covered thousands of miles, like I said, and really just a couple days, and then just a lot of travel in between each date. And so it was a lot. It was much more than I anticipated in a lot of ways, but it was well worth it because a lot of great memories. And I think I got one more picture here. Yeah, this is a picture of Robert rocking it out too. So it was a great gig. It was a lot of fun. So that's that. Is that? That is, oh yeah. So for everybody that thinks tour life is always, you know, just crumpets and unicorn breath, it's not. I'll show you a picture here. The last picture I'll show you. We finally were able to get some laundry done. We were finally able to get some laundry done at this hotel, and I can't quite remember where this is, but I think this is in St. Louis. And man, I'll tell you what, we were beat, and that's no joke. That look in his face, that's not just, I'm putting on a show for the camera. We were wiped out between the shows and all the travel, but it was all great, and it was a blessing, man. It was just a great thing to be a part of, so that's awesome. So with that being said, we'll jump right into the Throwback Pictures Song of the Week. Sorry, what am I talking about? Let's just check the feed real quick. Who just joined? Rob Griffin joined. Welcome, Rob. Oh, and John Andrews joined earlier. Great, John. Very, very cool. Renee said she could hear my doggies earlier. Yeah. Laura's got a guest over right now. And that's really it, I guess. Renee says that we got another newcomer. He just hopped on. Give it up for John Andrews. John Andrews, welcome to the channel, my friend. Good to have you on here. The name wasn't striking a bell, so I had to reach out to Renee and kind of get a little bit of a background, and she kind of brought me to speed, so I'm glad you're here. Renee says, cool pics. Renee was in Nashville 2 years ago for the first time. Nashville is a super cool city. When I was out there, the last day we were actually there, last night we were there in Nashville, staying at the Grand Ole Opry Hotel or resort or whatever it is. Paul Chapman, bass player extraordinaire, and I'm not even joking, you guys. Leslie can tell you who he's played with, but he's played with some very well-known acts and toured way above anything I'm showing you here. So, but he came out and bought me a beer, I think, and we had a good beer together, and it was a really nice visit. So it was great to see Paul when I was finally out there. Renee likes the name of the Brian Moore, and yeah, so there you go. Okay, cool. Nice pics. Thanks for sharing, says Renee. Thank you, Renee. All right, so we're gonna jump right to the throwback song of the week. This song is by Robert Easley. This is a song that we toured on. So before the tour, we did an album here, recorded it here at my studio, and the album is called Every Day, and this is one track off it. I'll probably play a few more off this album. It's not a rocker album, but it's got moments of it. So this is really cool. This song features Rob on vocals and guitar, and it features me on background vocals and bass and guitar. Excuse me. And then it features Tyler Chester, who you saw earlier on the picture, on keyboards. And then we didn't have Dan Bailey that played with us on the tour on the record, but we had Frank Sanchez, who's a phenomenal drummer, drum on this one. So you guys have heard Frank on the Presence of Mind stuff before. So we'll get right into you guys. This song is called All Around the World, fitting for the topic of those photos. This song is All Around the World by Robert Easley, performed by myself and those others. And yeah, we'll come on back, we'll wrap it up, you guys, and let you get on your way. And so here you go. I hope you enjoy it. This is All Around the World.
You
And there you go. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. A lot of that album's along those same lines, although there's a couple really cool, very really mellow and really ethereal and thought-provoking. So I'll probably share some more of these on this live stream. That light is killing me. Why is that doing that to my camera? I don't even know what's going on right now. How do I live my life anymore? How can I fix that? Is a better question. Did I fix it? Nope. Oh well, just one more thing I gotta figure out. That's alright, we'll get it. In the meantime, tell you what I'm gonna do. Get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of it and I'm gonna come over here. There you go, let's do that, Brad. So anyhow, you guys, it was good content. I did see some chats during the song. Renee was kind of asking some questions about Scott, and I guess Scott and the family, or at least, yeah, Scott and his wife said they were all sick with the symptoms back in late February, early March, so his wife was tested, and I'm guessing the test came back negative. Yeah, so testing's one of those things that's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be probably more and more that they'll be doing that. So I assume that they, Scott and your family, you guys are okay. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, Renee says, nice mellow song, Bradley. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you. So anyways, Renee says she misses Redmond. Aww. So you guys, let's see what is coming up here. So next week I'll have another live performance at the beginning. Hold on. Yes, I will be doing another live performance at the beginning of the live stream. And before we wrap it up again, we want to welcome new live stream members to this group. This week we got Pat Hardy. Pat, I love you, bro. And we got John Andrews on here, a referral from Renee. So Renee, thank you for referring people to this group. So you guys, keep this in mind. I should have said this at the beginning to give you guys a fair chance. I think tomorrow or Saturday I'm posting this last month's top 10 contributors to the group, as I do monthly. And you'll never guess who's at the top of the list right now. I'm waiting. Yeah. Yeah, Renee's still at the top by a long shot. But that's all right. It's not what it's about. It's just fun. So it's a kind of a friendly competition. So I'll be posting the numbers here tomorrow probably. Let's see. Renee says, oh, Charlotte says she loves that song. Thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Renee says, Bradley, must have info on those neat shirts. So yes, you know what? I gotta put that all together, and I will. Right now, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I will start focusing on that because I don't need to buy these in bulk. In fact, me buying them in any sort of small bulk like 50 or 100 or 200 doesn't save me 1 cent. I'm getting a pretty good price on them as it is now. So I'll try to figure out what that price is gonna be. And I'll just probably say, look, if you want one, send out a check and I'll get a shirt in the mail. So I'll figure out what the prices are going to be, and I'll try to give you some idea on lead times, and I'll figure out what my options are for colors. I've got this in kind of a charcoal gray, black, my blue that matches my sister's wonderful, we're all in this together family shirt when I was dealing with my cancer scare, or my cancer situation. And but they've got them in white and pinks and purples and all that. So I'll get you all the colors, options and stuff, and I'll get that to you. But thanks for asking about that, Renee. They're really cool, and I don't know, I'm starting to consider, do I need to wear a Bradley Livestream shirt on a show that's completely branded with my Bradley Livestreams, except for on the wrap-up apparently. So I don't know, I may be switching this up a little bit myself, but yes, shirt information will be coming soon. Thank you, Renee. Ivan joined, bro. You joined late, man, but you know what? Better late than never. I love you, bro. Love that, Ivan Miller. Check out the performance at the beginning of the video, Ivan, if you missed it, which you did. But that's cool. You guys, this was wonderful. Renee says she wants it in charcoal gray. Done deal. So welcome to the new live stream members. Oh, and happy birthday today to my Aunt Joyce. Aunt Joyce, I love you so much. So glad you guys are doing well. You're staying healthy. Your family is amazing. Not surprised. And she came on. We do a Zoom family meeting every Sunday. Done a couple of them now, and she was on this week's live stream or Zoom meeting, and it was just a blast to see her face again. It'd been many years. So anyways, happy birthday to you today, Auntie Joyce. Much love from Brad and Laura. And then we also have a family member's birthday tomorrow, John Bischoff. John Bischoff is a member of this group. I don't know how much John checks in. It's not the point. John, happy birthday tomorrow. Happy early birthday. Much love from the Bischoff clan here in California, in Southern California to you. I think he's up in Northern California somewhere. And is plugged into the wine business, which is kind of interesting. So I got to get connected with John and just kind of get to know him and introduce ourselves and get to know the other parts of our family who I've never met before. Just saying. So Renee says, that's the color of my car, Oreo, which is a tribute to Duran Duran, the best lipstick, perfect eyeliner, alt romance band to come out of England since the Beatles. That's cool. All right. Oreo. All right, I'll have to check it out. You guys, thanks for everything. Thanks for your engagement. Live stream number 40 next week. 40 of these things. That's awesome. 50's coming up right around the corner. It'll be here before I know it. I got to start planning for something big for my 50th show. I will do that. I promise you that. Something. It's going to be good. And again, Matt Demerit, probably going to have to do a Matt Demerit ET interview over Skype or Zoom. So I'll try to get that figured out too. So you guys, that's it. Have a great rest of your day. A great weekend. It is Thursday. Friday is tomorrow. And yeah, have a wonderful weekend. Weather here in California is going to be amazing Saturday and Sunday, and even tomorrow starting to drop. So really looking forward to that. Chilling out for a bit. You guys, we'll see you next Thursday, 5:30 p.m. You know how we do it. Bradley Livestreams. Thursdays at 5:30. Thanks again to everybody. Ivan, Pat, Mom, Leslie, boy, Brian. I'm missing people here. Just so many of you guys. Tracy, everybody. Brian. So that's it. I'm out of here. Have a great rest of your day. Great weekend. See you next Thursday, 5:30 p.m. We do it here live. Bradley Livestreams, number 40. Till then, peace.